My name is Aveline and welcome to my channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So today we are building something a little bit different. I kind of tend to stick to family homes a lot of the time, but this one or these ones are not family homes. They're basically just for either one sim in one of the houses or two sims, I think. So a maximum of 4 sims, I would say, and that's just that. That's just how it is for a change. I wanted to do something different and I decided to build these kind of small spring-inspired twin houses, I think they're called. They're attached houses and they're kind of identical. One is blue and one is pink. And I know it's not the typical like kind of house that I do, but I feel like you could definitely come up with some like kind of cute storyline for these houses. Like maybe, you know, they're two completely opposite sims living in both of them and they kind of end up falling in love or something. That would be kind of cute. Or maybe they're major rivals. I don't know. Something like that would be kind of funny. So yeah, you can definitely do some funny stuff with these two builds, but I am definitely going back to family homes after this one, I think. So hopefully next weekend when I am back from Denmark, there'll be another family home up in the weekend. We'll have to wait and see. I don't have much time today to do anything, so I'll have to build it once I get back, and that means there's a lot of editing and voiceover and stuff to do before I can get it up on the channel. So we'll see, either Saturday or Sunday, but there'll definitely be some kind of build because I love building, you guys know that. So, but it was nice to try something different for a change. This is pre-recorded, by the way. I am currently in Denmark visiting family and also seeing friends. So yeah, if my voice sounds a little bit rough, this is my third voiceover today. It may not seem like much, but I am really slow at doing voiceovers because I take small breaks like every 2 minutes because I mess something up. I say something wrong, or not like say something wrong, but like my grammar messes up, or I just can't pronounce words or something. So I do take small breaks and it just ends up taking a while. I have to redo a lot of stuff. I just suck at voiceovers, to be honest. My voice is taking a beating today, but that's just how that is. I want to get these videos out and done, so I am motivated to just finish it all. But that's just, if you hear a little bit like a rough voice or like a rough touch to my voice, that would be why I haven't been smoking or drinking or anything. I am just doing a lot of voiceovers. But yeah, so while these two houses may look identical on the outside, although one is pink and the other one is blue, on the inside I definitely feel like the pink one is a little bit more messy than the blue one, and the blue one is a little bit more stylish than the pink one, because I did end up changing the floor plan a little bit on the ground floor in the blue one, which worked out a little bit better. They do have a wall, like it's not all like pushed into one room as it is in the pink one. You'll see what I mean in like a couple of minutes or something. For now we're just doing landscaping, but there's definitely a bit more of a mess going on in the pink one. Also, by the way, I focused a lot on pink in the pink one and also a lot on blue in the blue one. You see where I'm going with this? There's a theme going on. I've used a lot of the Love Day items in the pink one as well because they are pink, so they fit in perfectly in there. So it's very romantic in there, yet it's very messy. So everything is kind of like a big mess on the ground floor. It's kind of funny, you'll see, but I think it adds to the opposite houses kind of effect as well that's going on a little bit. Even though they're identical on the outside, they are different on the inside, and I kind of like that personally. At some point towards the end, I go back and then I change the colors of the flowers on the front or at the front as well. So the flowers on the pink side will end up being pink and the flowers on the blue side will end up being blue, of course, and I think that kind of adds to the whole, like, I don't know, it's like a theme house, you know. It's not supposed to look like a real house for a change, and I think it's kind of funny. They look like small doll houses to me as well. I don't know, but anyways, the only rooms that are sort of identical inside are the kitchens, because I did not want to use the pink swatch of the like kind of plastic modern looking what's it called, counters that we have from base game. I'm not a fan of those counters. I've said that before, but they just look a little bit too plasticky to me, so I never use them. The super simple ones, you probably know which ones I'm talking about, but I'm not a fan of them. So I ended up using the white swatch of the Parenthood ones, but I'm also using the blue swatch of the Parenthood ones in the blue house, and that's just how that is. I actually started out furnishing this house in sort of the same, or thinking that I was gonna make it the same color scheme as I did Thursday with the apartment I did, but so like green and yellow and all those kind of spring-like colors. But then I was like, you just did this Thursday, try something else, just go all in, you know, go crazy a little bit. So that's why I chose to make it all pink in the pink house and blue in the blue house, and I think it's okay to just do something fun now and then like that. It's a little bit different. Of course, if you don't like the interiors, you can always change them so just so they fit your families or your Sims or whatever you play with. Of course, I'm always okay with that. I would probably do the same, to be honest, because it's weird, like finding a house that fits your family perfectly, both personalities and everything, is very difficult. So I think it's normal for people to download houses based on the exterior and then change the interior to their liking. I think that's very common, so you can do that if you want to. Of course, I just wanted to do something fun and different for a change. Like I said like 5 times already, but anyways. The backyards look basically the same actually. They both have a little greenhouse, again with the annoying foundation underneath. I really wish we could just build greenhouses on the ground rather than being stuck on a foundation, because the house is built on our foundation, you know, so that's just how that is sometimes. Maybe we'll get an update at some point. I don't think so, but hopefully, we can always hope. But yeah, so they do have a greenhouse each and a little pool each. Actually, the pool is kind of big for one person, I'm not gonna lie. But maybe they have a lot of pool parties without, you know, a seating area outside. They just like to swim. I don't know, maybe something like that. But yeah, they do have the greenhouses that both have, I think they both have the flower arranging table and also a beekeeping thing. A bee house. Let's call it a bee house from now on. So they can both do like stuff in there during, you know, whatever season. I'm still not sure if you can actually plant stuff in the greenhouse during winter, because I tried in my LP and it said that it was not on my LP. I tried it while playtesting the Wintry family home that I did a while ago, and it said that it was too cold to plant. So I'm not sure, do you need a thermostat in there to make it work, or does it just not work? I'm not entirely sure. I'd love to figure it out, because with my LP we really need to be able to plant stuff during the winter, otherwise she's gonna have huge issues earning any kind of money and she needs to live. So I'm gonna have to figure it out at some point soon. I was trying to do something funny with the windows, like I was trying to experiment a little bit with them overlaying windows. It wasn't working very well because the windows underneath the base game ones, the large ones, were kind of glitching now and then, so you could see the wall instead of through the window, and it was annoying me too much, so I ended up changing it to the 2 slot ones that are from Seasons. I love the new windows, by the way. I think they're beautiful. I know I mentioned it last weekend in my rustic trailer build, but I honestly don't mind that the inner frame in them looks exactly like the one from Cats and Dogs, because the outer frame is so beautiful. You can both use them on like doll houses like this one, or dolly houses, I don't know, anyways, doll-like houses. But you can also, or cuter build, let's just call it cuter builds, but you can also use them on craftsman houses, which is something we've been missing for ages, like proper craftsman windows, because a lot of the windows in the game before that were just a little bit too pretty, you know, so it's nice to have proper craftsman windows now, and I'm super happy about that. But we are moving on to the interior, and this is when you'll see what I mean. It's a little bit messy. Everything is in one room in this house, but it is split up in the other room, in the other house, sorry. So I think in the other house we got, like I said before, the living room in one room, and then this is the room you walk into, by the way, so there's no hallway in either of the houses. And then in the other room in the other house there is the dining area, which is basically just a table and 2 chairs, by the way, and a little office area, which is basically just a desk with a computer on it. So basically the same as in here, but it is split up, which makes it a little bit more structured, I would say. Plus it means you can actually put more stuff in there, because if there's no wall, you can't place stuff against the wall, and it just kind of looks like if you were to place stuff out in the open, it would look even more messy. Does that make any sense? Probably not. I do wanna practice kind of in like with the interiors, not placing everything against walls, because that is something I do quite often. I've been trying to practice it with my living rooms lately, so not putting the couches, like placing the couches up against the walls, but rather in the middle of the room or something else, but still make it look non-messy in a way. So I've been trying to do that a bit. And I also like with those couches that you can actually make like a proper looking L-shaped couch. I think that's great. I wish we had like a proper L-shaped couch, but we may get that at some point. We did get the window seats or base seats or whatever you call them, so we may get an L-shaped couch at some point. You never know. I do understand why we don't have the spiral staircases and also L-shaped. Why is that so difficult for me to say? Anyways, L-shaped staircases as well, because it's got something to do with animation, but we will have to wait and see. Maybe we'll get an L-shaped couch at some point. I would love that, or like a round one would be great too, like really fancy kind of. So that would be great too, kind of funny. And yeah, but we will have to wait and see. I did see today that we're not getting any, I know I mentioned it last weekend in one of my speed builds, but today I actually saw, or was it yesterday? I don't know. I'm pre-recording this like I said before, so I'm a little bit behind. But I did see that we're not getting any quarterly teasers now, and honestly, I'm okay with that. I like the suspense a little bit. I like that not everything is out in the open. That's what suspense means, Rosa, anyways. But I do like this, that there's some kind of mystery surrounding it now. Will we get anything? Or maybe they'll just like pull a Beyonce and drop it out of the blue, you know? That'd be great. So as long as I'm sure that we're still getting stuff, I'm okay. I don't mind the quarterly teasers, or don't mind the no quarterly teasers, the lack of them as much, when I know that The Sims is still thriving and they're still making stuff for us, because basically that's the most important thing, that we're still getting updates, we're still getting new content and everything, so don't mind it as much. And I totally see why, if they're changing things up and, you know, focusing on other things as well. So I'm super excited to see what they mean by that as well, by the way. I think that's a little bit interesting. Changing the things, or changing the way they do things, or some, what was the way she worded it? It was, yeah, anyways, I don't know. I don't fully remember, but they're definitely, some kind of change is definitely happening, and I'm super excited to see exactly what it is. So as you can see, it's very cutesy and also messy in here in this room, or in this house, and that's kind of the vibe we're going for. And I definitely feel like they're very romantic, like I said before. They got all the Love Day stuff, also the doormats, which I love, by the way. I think I actually like a lot of the swatches from the doormat. Is that what it's called? Doormat? I'm not actually sure. I think so. Like, I could be mistaken. And the wall, or the window decor as well. You guys know how I feel about the window decor. I was so happy we got them. I'm not even sure if they're supposed to be window decor, but I'm gonna keep using them as that, because I just love those flowers in the windows. I also love the curtains a lot. I love that we have so many different swatches of them. I really like that they put a lot of, or gave us a lot of colored swatches as well with the curtains, because we kind of need that a little bit. And we also got white and also just plain black and gray. I think it's great. We need more stuff like that, yes please. Although the curtains from Parenthood are still some of my favorites. I just really like that they're sheer. I think that's a great touch and something that we definitely didn't have before, but I do really love those curtains. I think they're beautiful. And yeah, just a lot of like flowers here and there. It's a very flowery house as well. A lot of pink, of course, as you may have noticed, and a lot of hearts. And also out here I put in the little with the staircase, I put a little seating area as well. I think the other house has a bookcase there, but this one gets just a little seating area. And also the two bathrooms pretty much look the same, just different color schemes, I think, because that's kind of what I do with bathrooms, in case you hadn't noticed. I don't like making bathrooms, so I just make them look the same. And I probably should like do some research, look at some pictures on Pinterest of bathrooms or something, get some inspiration to make them more interesting or something, because it's not really my thing. I don't know, maybe I can be drawn in by it at some point, I don't know. Anyways, and I also love that little chair, the grandma chair from Parenthood. I think it's so cute. I'm not even sure if it's like fully a grandma chair, it just reminds me of a grandma, so we like it. It's grandma. It's approved. It's grandma approved. Anyways, out here is the greenhouse, obviously, and also we can get a pink swatch of the bee home. The bee house, whatever it's called. You can get a pink swatch, which I think is super cute, so I gave them the pink swatch. And also the flower arranging table also has a pink swatch, and also the flower wreaths, I'm still not entirely sure how to pronounce that. I must ask my man when he's home again. But yeah, you can get pink swatches of everything, and it's just great. But I really like that they added the pink swatch of the flower arranging table and also the bee home house kind of thing. This is when I changed the wallpapers, and I really think that it fits the house a lot better. I do think I put in blue accent walls, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. I could be mistaken, just to make it match the rug a little bit better, because the rug was standing out quite a lot, but I wanted the rug to also match the pillows on the couch. But anyways, we moved on to the blue house, so I don't actually think, I think I may have used that couch once before, but we're using it in this build. I'm pretty sure I don't end up changing it, and sometimes it's just nice to like try to use new items rather than reusing your favorites over and over again. I definitely need to do that more myself, just to like explore a little bit more of the game without being stuck in your favorite or with your favorites, if you know what I mean. Like, we all have our favorites, like favorite windows that we keep using over and over again, and also couches. I've definitely been trying to spread out a little bit more, but I don't know, I'm probably not succeeding very well. But anyways, and also added this wall to just add a little bit more structure to this house rather than making it like the same messy situation that's going on in the pink house. Even though I like the pink house, it's a little messier than this one, I would say. I also love those heart stickers. I need to find out, like I didn't know we had them until I just checked right there, so I need to figure out some kind of build I can use those in because they're just super cute. And I do end up changing the furniture in this room, I think, because I wanted it to be more sleek than the other one. So instead of like this, I don't even know what kind of vibe we're going with right now, country-esque kind of, we do end up changing it to more contemporary furniture just to make it a little bit more sleek, so it fits like the more cleaner vibe that this house has rather than the whole messy vibe that's going on in the other house. It's fine. They're supposed to be sort of opposites, but like pink and blue, so still fit together somehow, if that makes any sense. Probably not. I think I ended up changing both surfaces to glass surfaces because or like glass tables, because it just fit the whole vibe of the house a lot better, so definitely happy about that. Also, it fits the coffee table in the living room as well, and we're apparently not using the what did I build where I used blue ones from Parenthood then? I must have used them in another build, but anyways, we're using the white ones from Jungle Adventure then. They are also super clean and super pretty. A lot of the wooden swatches from Jungle Adventure actually fit the wooden swatches in Seasons or from Seasons perfectly, which is great because that means it's a lot easier to use together. So I'm really happy that they're kind of doing that thing. Like I noticed with base game and also Get Together, a lot of the swatches were basically, there were a lot of swatches with those items, by the way, like a lot. And I noticed that a lot of them fit together perfectly. But I like that the newer items, the more detailed newer items, fit perfectly together as well, because it makes it a lot easier to use and like, I don't know, explore different styles together, even though they may be like, you know, they got different themes per pack and stuff, but it looks nice that it's nice that they can still be used together. I think some of the first things I'm gonna look at once I come back from Denmark are probably an all seasons in one house and also base game plus seasons house, because some of you guys have been asking for that. I know that some of you guys also asked for a Cats and Dogs plus base game, but I don't see the point in doing that right now, right after Seasons came out, so I'm gonna have to look at that at some other point. Maybe we'll do like a base game plus all expansions or something like that as well. We can definitely have a look at that. And then I got some other projects that I also want to have a look at that you guys have been suggesting too, because I'm in such a building mood. This is such a bad time for me to go to Denmark. Like, why would I do that? But at least I'm super motivated to get started once I come back, so I'm looking forward to that so much. But as always, if you do have any suggestions that you want me to have a look at, please let me know in the comment section down below. I am always up for suggestions, and I did bring my notebook to Denmark. I know I always bring it with me, so I know I have it with me, even though I haven't actually packed to go yet, but I know I'll have it with me. So just suggest a way and I'll write everything down in my little notebook and I will have a look at it once I come back. But anyways guys, we're getting to the end of this speed build, so I'm gonna wrap up this voiceover now. I hope you like the build. You can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye!
Hold me closer, I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side. Be who you are and you'll be enough. If you're giving me your love, giving me your love. All that we have is each other now. Promise you won't leave my side. I hope who I am is enough for you. If I'm giving you my love, giving you my love, love. Tell me what you wanna do. I'll do anything, as long as I can be here with you. Everything's alright.